Hi, I'm Suresh Venkat at the Social Media Week 2014. I'm in conversation with Deepali Naair, CMO Club Mahindra.
Hi.
Deepali, first question for you. What role does social media have in your marketing mix?
I think it has a very large role because we are in the travel and holiday space, and that category gets very spoken about by audiences on their own. And if your customer is there, if your consumer is there, then as a brand, you ought to be there.
You said earlier, and I quote you, you said that you have marketing objectives, some of which are met by social media and presumably some of which are met by non-social media.
That's right.
So you don't have social media objectives, you have a marketing objective. Tell us about that distinction.
I think the starting point for any brand is to look at what are the marketing objectives for the year and maybe draw communication tasks from that, and then look at all the opportunities that are available to you. So some objectives could be met by PR. Some objectives could be met only by, let's say, television advertising. If you have a reach objective, for example, especially of a new product that you want to inform people about, and you have, large scale and mass to speak about, versus that there are certain objectives which can be met at low cost and great effectiveness through social media. And I think we start from the marketing objectives and then we say which are the platforms and opportunities available to us that will meet with the solutions that can answer the objectives or the needs that we have for the brand.
A lot of social media marketing evangelists will say that social media's reach outstrips television, for instance, or outstrips print. If you take metrics like, for instance, 100 million users a month for Facebook, are those metrics deceptive? Does and you say TV has a reach when you need to reach a mass, and social media evangelists would say no, social media can do it. Is there a problem of some sort of myth here happening?
I think so, because I think what has started happening is with Facebook especially, which is the only social media platform that can really compete with television today and none other, is that the reach for every post that we put out is going down. And that is due to the algorithm changes that Facebook has made. So Facebook has also made the ad opportunity available to us, and the ad opportunity there is a banner. It's not a 30-second, 3D television spot, which in fact YouTube offers to us. And there is messaging that you can do longer than a television commercial, which you can do on YouTube, and which I consider to be an integral part of, social media. But reach of the posts on Facebook is definitely not equal to all the people on Facebook, and I think that's a myth. That everybody
just
has to
because
live
it reaches
with.
100 million people doesn't mean you as a brand will reach
100 million
people. One of the nicest things about social media, and I'm speaking as a user, is the ability to connect with old friends, is the ability to share photographs, is the ability to tweet an opinion, or the ability to connect one-to-one on platforms like WhatsApp. One of the things we don't want to see on these platforms are brands. Do you get that feedback from your audiences or your viewers?
No, not at all. In fact, I think if you look at the whole principle of remarketing, what we must also remember is that internet today is also defined by Google, and it's a huge information search space. So if you're looking at the buying cycle of people on products and brands, at that point of time, they're actually looking for information on the brands. They may be seeking it from their friends, they may be seeking it from the websites, they may be seeking it from, opinions on TripAdvisor, for example. But these are all platforms where people are seeking information when they are in the purchase cycle. So yes, you do not want the ads to be intrusive. You do not want the ads to interfere when you want to do, a few things that you want to do. But I think social media balances that out very well. You can choose to ignore the one ad that pops up amongst the 10 in the timeline that you have on the Facebook, and you needn't click on it.
And Facebook is free.
And
so I'm
Facebook
assuming that users are willing to put up with some advertising, either put up or actively engage with some advertising.
And if Facebook is now focusing quite a bit on the advertising space that they offer to us, and lots of brands are there because I think the click-throughs that you're managing to achieve there are working for us.
One of the things that you use in your brand mix is Instagram. Tell us about that decision.
Okay, so I think Instagram is a wonderful opportunity for any holiday company again, because people
because of the visual nature of holiday.
Because of the visual nature of the whole medium. So is Pinterest, but Instagram is more popular in India currently, and the base is building, and we want to be there, with the growth that Instagram hopefully should achieve in future, because it's already becoming very popular in some of the other countries, and some of the ease with which the pictures can be put up, and some of the ease with which the pictures can actually make a statement for the user is the opportunity that Instagram offers. the hashtags that they manage to do and the way it is getting used is very interesting. And you're getting the right TG because people are following, travel and interests and so on and so forth.
I imagine food and travel would be big categories on both Instagram
Absolutely.
and Pinterest.
Food and travel and fashion is another space which is very popular on Instagram. We of course focus on food and travel.
One of the, let's say, criticisms is that many companies are afraid to show emotion, are afraid to take a stand, be it political, be it social, be it cultural. You're afraid to show emotion, you're afraid to take a stand on social media or on regular media. Would you accept that criticism?
I think certain brands may be very highly regulated. Just before this I worked for financial services space, and I think there is a limitation that they have in terms of what they can say because it's a very highly regulated space. Having said that, I think because we are a holiday company, we can afford to take a little bit of liberties in terms of having fun and having a point of view and having humor injected into the work that we do. We're in fact going to roll out something in 2 weeks' time on our social media platform, which is going to have a lot more sense of humor than what you see today.
Okay, let's talk about Social Media Week. What do forums like this mean for companies like yours?
So it serves two objectives. One is, I think it is very important for me that more and more people come to know the kind of work that we are doing at Club Mahindra from an employer branding perspective. And secondly, the same set of people are also my prospective customers.
Okay.
So I think it's a great platform from that
Both
point
to
of view.
talk about your brand and to get acquired.
And to get customers. And I think the third objective that it personally serves for anybody who is coming here and speaking or listening to others, it's a learning opportunity. You learn also from what other brands are doing, and this whole space of social media especially changes so fast, evolves so fast that you have to be on your toes as a brand marketer.
So tell us one thing you've learned at Social Media Week in your time.
So today
here.
Sanjay spoke about social PR, and I'm going to go and check it out.
Okay, so social PR is the learning.
Yeah.
If you were to give any advice to Social Media Week, saying how they can make things bigger and better in the years to come, would you have any
I
advice
think they
for
need
them?
to change their venue from inside Juhu to somewhere on the Western Express Highway.
Okay.
I think getting into is a bit of an issue. But okay, on the other side, I think they do a good job of getting connected a whole lot of marketeers. To be able to give a platform to 180 speakers is humongous.
It's quite a bit.
And I think they're doing a good job of evangelizing social media and getting different kinds of speakers for people to know different points of view.
Final question for you. You can answer in one word if you like. 3 things you like about social media.
I'm good at it.
Okay. Oh, that's used all the 3 words in one sentence. Tell us any 1 or 2 things or 3 things you don't like, or things that annoy you, things that you think could be done better on social media.
I think some of the brands and organizations need to set their objectives of what they want to achieve from social media right, because I would like more success stories to be there on social media than people who don't try it right, and then think that social media itself is a medium which does not deliver
It's
on
not the
objectives.
medium, it's what you did with the
It's
medium.
what you did
You're
with the
saying
medium,
people who are trashing the medium because they're using it wrong.
Yes.
Any one thing that you have done personally or as the spokesperson for a corporate entity on social media that's either crazy or outrageous or something that stands out? Anything that comes to mind?
Absolutely. So 10 years ago, I took a break when my son was born, and that's the time I got to learn more about what's happening on digital. And I actually launched a mentoring concept paid for only on Facebook.
Okay.
And it worked fabulously well for me.
Okay.
So it was completely crazy. I had never thought that a 35,000 ticket size item could be sold only through Facebook propagation. But the whole concept of testimonials and getting users to speak about the work that you're doing in the area of mentoring worked wonderfully for me.
So you actually made money off the internet,
I actually
which
made
in
money
itself
off the
is an
internet.
outrageous thing.
Yes.
Deepali Naair, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Suresh. It's lovely talking to you.